doors.
Offered to meet face-to-face with Iraq's foreign minister and to send Secretary of State James Baker to Baghdad for dialogue with Saddam.
I want peace. I want peace, not war.
Members of Congress welcome the president's offer of negotiation, but are still wary of his decision not to call a special session for Congress to debate the possibility of war.
The most important decision a nation makes is going to war. And the Founding Fathers debated this at the Constitutional Convention and understood that this should be a shared responsibility.
It's only the president that should be asked to make the decision. Is it worth it? How many lives is it worth it? Is it worth it to commit one life, put one life in harm's way?
President Bush said if it becomes necessary to push Iraq out of Kuwait, the U.S. and its allies have ample force to get the job done quickly. Mr. Bush promised the crisis would not turn into another Vietnam. Senior administration officials tonight say Baker's mission to Baghdad would be twofold: to let Iraq know the U.S. is prepared to use force, and to let the American people know that should force become necessary, that the administration did all it could do.
It is unclear what obstacles could await Baker in Baghdad. But while Saddam Hussein clearly has an agenda he wants addressed, President Bush's initiative may also give the Iraqi leader a way out of the standoff. Eyewitness Newsman Dan Ray reports on a Boston University expert who sees an opportunity for a comprehensive agreement in the weeks ahead.
Yesterday, I was very pessimistic, and I thought we are very close to war. Today, I'm very optimistic, and I think we're really potentially close to a peaceful resolution.
Professor Farouk El-Baz helped select lunar landing sites when he worked for NASA in the 1960s. El-Baz's prominence as a scientist has helped develop friendships with Arab leaders like the Emir of Kuwait and King Hussein of Jordan. He is convinced the solution to a myriad of Middle East problems may be found in a resolution to the current Gulf crisis.
But Saddam Hussein is no madman. He is not someone that is going to commit suicide. He will calculate his moves, and I think as soon as he really recognizes what he is up against, he will think of a way to get out.
Professor El-Baz predicts Saddam Hussein will agree to meetings in Washington and Baghdad, and the Iraqi president will have 4 major grievances to be addressed: the forgiveness of $26 billion in foreign debt that Iraq owes Kuwait and Saudi Arabia, title to Bubian Island, $2.4 billion in oil reparations over a disputed field near the Iraq-Kuwaiti border, and $10 billion to rebuild Iraq's crumbling infrastructure, ignored during Iraq's war with Iran, plus a discussion of a Palestinian homeland in the Gaza and on the West Bank.
Bringing to the discussion the potential resolution of the problem of Palestine.
To date, the United States has said there will be no linkage between Iraq's invasion of Kuwait and a Palestinian homeland. But before today, President Bush had said there would be no face-to-face negotiations before Iraq's unconditional withdrawal from Kuwait. The political sands may be shifting in the Middle East. Jack?
Well, if the professor is true, wouldn't that be rewarding aggression if they get all those billions of dollars?
It would appear to be rewarding aggression, but if there is going to be negotiations, both sides are going to have to take something from the table. And I suspect that Hussein will need to take something in order to withdraw from Kuwait.
Dan Ray, thank you. Hope